Hey guys, welcome back to a quick update video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you why your 50-50s might not be working. Certain 50-50s might not work out as you'd expect due to the way that Rust has been coded. For example, let's say that you have triple G, double Y, and then an H. Now to do a 50-50 method, all you have to do is find a pair of seeds which have a double Y in the last slot. Let's for example say that you find this pair here. You can see that there's no double ups except for in the last two slots, so you can safely assume you're always going to get a triple G and then a Y in the first four slots, and then in the 5th and 6th you have a 50% chance of getting a YH or an HY. So most might assume that by this logic, it's like flipping two coins. You have a 25% chance of getting the double Y, which is what you want, 25% chance of getting the double H, which is definitely what you don't want, and then a 25% chance of getting a YH, 25% chance of getting an HY. And whilst that's a fair assumption, that's not how Rust has coded their game. When Rust encounters a 50-50, it assigns a random number in order to give one of the genes prior. For example, in this 5th column we can see that we have a 50-50 between Y and H. So what Rust does is it assigns a random plant priority. So let's say that it assigns the first seed priority. This means that when we get to any other 50-50s, the first seed will always have priority. So for example, in this scenario, if the first seed gets priority, you'd get a Y in your 5th slot, and then when we get to the 50-50 in the 6th slot, that first seed would still have priority in this case, and you would always get an H. But let's say that we run the experiment again and repeated the exact same process, then the 3rd seed might randomly get priority, and in that case you would always get an H in your 5th slot, and then when you did the 50-50 in the 6th slot, you would always get a Y. This essentially just means that when you're doing two 50-50s, there's not actually 4 different outcomes, there's only 2. As you can see in this case, the only outcome is to end your plants with an HY or a YH. So unfortunately, if you have this combination, you'll never get a triple G, triple Y. Here's me showing you it working on Builder's Sanctuary. As you can see, I just plant the random 4 seeds in the middle, and then I use the grow command to speed up the time. Once these plants have reached sapling stage, I can plant my 4 outer seeds around it. This is just simulating the 50-50 experiment. Of course, there's my newer method, which you can use as well. It's the exact same outcome. Then I use the crossbreed command just to speed up the crossbreeding process, and as you can see here, it swapped over both the HY. Then I do it again, and it swaps over none of them. I do it for a 3rd time, it swaps over none of them. And in the 4th attempt, it swaps over both of them. As you can see, this lines up exactly with our new understanding of the code. And unfortunately, this means that you'll never get a triple G, triple Y using this combination of seeds. So to avoid this affecting you in the future, I would highly recommend that you only do one 50-50 at a time, as in this case, we're trying to do two 50-50s and it's not lining up for us. For really advanced builders, you could actually use this to your advantage if you find a combination which will only swap 2 which are favorable. However, that might be a little bit too complicated to comprehend. Of course, if you didn't understand anything that I said in this video, then I'd highly recommend you go back and watch my actual crossbreeding guides, as this was more of an advanced concept to help some of the people who are a little bit more into crossbreeding and want to know exactly what's going on. As I mentioned in my previous video, I was going to give a shout out to someone, and the channel that I chose is Gallagher30. I saw some of my information from his monument guides, so I wanted to give back to him. Thank you very much for the guides, and if you like my structure of content and my guide styled videos, then you definitely go enjoy some of his. And that's it from me guys, thanks for watching.